And finally, I'd like to take the moment to explain about AI and InnerSource. So coincidentally, actually, in this summit, global summit, from Tokyo, Berlin to New York, there are so many AI-related sessions available. So AI is very hot topic right now, but actually so many companies are struggling to adopt how to do that, adopt AI, and I'm considering how to do that. So I will bring 5 points here. So throughout the summit, I strongly recommend that you will try to relate those ideas to your corporate culture or processes or your corporate AI adoption. So there are 5 critical organizational challenges regarding AI adoption, especially for AI adoption in engineering. So first one is missing context crisis, and second one, information silo problem, document format chaos, standardization dilemma, and quality assurance bottleneck. Yep. So first, missing context crisis. So what does it mean? So actually, people, engineering team are trying to give AI so many contexts on your editor or maybe on your repositories decision making or even in a PowerPoint or Word, Excel. But actually they are missing context why that happened and a reason that happened. And then probably your decision making has been done in a very closed area, closed channel. For instance, if you are starting a private Slack channel or maybe private Teams channel, your decision-making process was missing. But actually, it makes AI very difficult to contribute to your project as well. So those kind of AI needs history, decision-making history, because probably in 2 years or 3 years, AI will contribute to your decision-making as well. So in that way, AI will need to know about how the decision was made. So actually, inner source practices open up your decision-making process and make it transparent, and also brewing the transparent culture to capture information is very essential for that area. And second one is information silo problem. So this is all about accessibility. So many companies try to build their agents, right? So probably your company is also trying to build your agents for your corporate resources, for your processes. However, I see so many cases where only several objectives are covered by agent. Probably it's tiny gray piece of paper in the process. However, maybe your company's business leader will need more. They are wanting to interact more, wanting AI to interact more the processes. So in that way, accessibility matters. Because if your resource is not accessible by AI, you will always be a bottleneck of the decision making or maybe the processes. But actually, if AI can access so many information available, so AI will done autonomously more. So in that way, it's not about the configuration, but the culture and decision-making culture and accessibility based on that culture and the processes. So brewing inner source culture will contribute that area. And document format chaos. So especially in Asian region, we are building so many spec documentation with Excel and PowerPoint. But actually, Excel and PowerPoint is just a compilation of XML and object file, right? Like images, and it doesn't make any sense for AI. So in that way, it's better for everybody, including AI, to see or maybe build their documentation with maybe markdown format or maybe text-oriented format. In that way, probably you and we need to deal with how to build documentation. And documentation culture. So some old folks or seasoned engineers try to compile their information on Excel or PowerPoint, and it's okay. So those tools are very awesome tool. However, at the same time, if you want to feed your contents to AI, you will need to consider to feed the information on probably GitHub, GitLab, and then those places. And next one is standardization dilemma. So many companies claim that AI doesn't know about my source code, right? So actually, of course, that's the reason. There is a reason because AI learn how to code by reading the source code in open source. So, but actually how open source people are building their software across the world is to align with the very standard format. For instance, if you are writing Python code, maybe pip 8 is the standard code. And also if you are a Java programmer, maybe Java style guide by Google and Oracle might be the standard one. So actually, it's very hard for AI to understand the proprietary dedicated some company format, but actually it's time to align the more standardized way. So in that way, brewing open source culture and brewing open source style, open source like style, coding style guide make much more sense for AI. And then for AI collaboration, those kind of inner source collaboration and even inside the company, open source culture brewing and engineering processes and a style guide is very beneficial for AI. And finally, quality assurance bottleneck. So it's very important topics. So inner source is not about culture, it's engineering processes as well. So many people claim that, oh, AI can generate so many code, or, but actually we cannot really review that code. Because AI can generate hundreds of thousands of lines of code instantly. However, our human beings cannot review that code instantly. And it takes 1 hour or 2 hours to review just 400 lines of code sometimes. So in that way, our inner source practices is very important to assure quality of the code. Because inner source is essentially sharing code inside the company and try to let them use their code inside in a very collaborative way, which means you need to be sure the tool is not reinvented, and then actually we are ready to share your source code as well. And inner source practice is very beneficial to secure your quality assured code inside the company. So quality assured code is something hard for AI to generate. So AI can generate the test code, but who write test code, right? So in that way, people need to learn how to secure your code, how to assure your code quality, and how to share that high quality code inside the company to prevent from reinvent the wheel from the AI. Yeah, probably you experienced that AI will reinvent the wheel, reinvent the source code, even inside one single simple repository. They are scattered so many same code in a different location, in a different directory. So it's very hard to review that code, and it's hard to maintain the code if once it's happened. So inner source is very great way to make sure your code is quality assured and secured. So key takeaways, InnerSource Commons is a great community, and then there's a reason why you join us. And InnerSource is the thing in AI era. And let's do it in open source way. So that's my session, and Be InnerSource is my message, and I introduced several key points related to AI. So please try to relate those topics to every session, in InnerSource Summit 2025. Happy InnerSource Day. Thank you very much.